Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another Eagle Eye Productions video, and today we're going to look at another classic car, and that is in the form of the Volvo XC90 from the first generation. The Volvo XC90 came onto the market in 2003 and ran until 2014, and this is the first generation, in my opinion the most beautiful generation. Reliability wise, they're not great, but they had a V8 for sale, built together or in conjunction cooperation with Yamaha, the Japanese company that produces motorcycles and engines. So that is great, but of course 5 cylinders, diesel, petrol, all the above, probably even the 6 cylinder. But let's look at it. We have more than 200 findings here in the Netherlands, and we go from the most expensive one to the lowest in terms of price. So this is a 2008 model, first generation, the 3.2. This should be a 6 cylinder, 6 in line, I think, from Volvo. Didn't drive that much yet. It's an executive 7-person young timer. I think it's a beautiful car. Definitely a modern Volvo, but old enough to be considered a classic. Not sure if these will rise up in value. I don't think so. I mean, look at this car, what you buy for just under 30,000 euros. It's quite a big, luxurious car. And I think to this day it still has quite a big road presence. Just too bad about the trailer hitch here. That always indicates that the car could have potentially have quite a busy, heavy life, but 130,000 kilometers is not much for this. And overall, it seems to be in good order. These cars were also quite expensive when brand new. So, you know, depreciation, sorry, it's something else. Wreaked havoc on these cars as well. Nice dials here. The one with the blues inside is more like R, Volvo R design, but this is also very nice. 2008, huh? It has a winter gearing, so automatic, probably 5-speed, and a manual. So you can probably use the shift pedal up and down for shifting as well. So kind of semi-automatic, I think they believe that. It's called. This is a 6-cylinder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3.2. So it is also offered with a 6-cylinder. Makes sense. And this one produces almost 240 horses. So yeah, it's plenty, but it's not a whole lot for a 3-liter. But back in the day, this is probably very durable with the right maintenance. So this is the most expensive car, XC90, there for sale. Maybe we even find a V8, but they're quite rare. So this is one with a little bit more kilometers, but it claims to be a Summum, which is the highest spec level when it comes to Volvo. And this is a very nice car as well. Same age that my car has, 2007, for 27k. Look at it. You be the judge. I mean, when they just came out, I think most people, including me, really had to get used to the styling of the car. But now, so many years later, I think it aged quite nice. Again, these are not the most reliable cars. Volvo parts are quite expensive, and you have to understand this is a heavy car that has quite some power from the engine. So the tires will wear, the brakes will wear, and all these parts are quite expensive. So keep that in mind. It doesn't mean it's gonna break. Eventually it will break. Everything needs maintenance, definitely. But just keep in mind that maintaining a Volvo, an older Volvo, is quite expensive. Maybe not as expensive as a BMW or Mercedes, but you know, it's close. This is also why Volvo is a premium brand in my eyes. It is, but it's just not as shouty as some of the German cars manufacturers. Let's see. Looking great. really old school navigation system. This was already put in 2004 in the cars. I remember my brother, he has a S60 and they have the same kind of navigation system in there. For the time, 2004, remember, smartphones were not very common yet. Most people still carried a Nokia or an Ericsson or something like that, Sony. And this was, it was nice. Also the fact that when you didn't want to use it, it just, slides back into the dashboard and you don't see it. Sound is always quite good, actually. Heated and ventilated seats. I mean, this is the Summum, has everything on it that you want. It has, I think this is the third row, so it could be a 7-seater if you wanted it to be. Detachable trailer hitch, privacy glass. This looks like rust a bit, but I'm not sure if this is rust or just some sound insulation that has this type of color. But overall, the sorry, my throat. But overall, the build quality is okay. The engines are quite durable. The track record of this 6 inline is also quite long. They produced it in the 2.9 and also the 3.2, so just a little bit more displacement. But no big worries about the 6 inline as well. 5 cylinders are really super durable, super tested, and the V8 from Yamaha is also quite good. As you can see, it's more than 2 tons. So with some passengers in it and some luggage, it is a heavy car. So this is the 4.4 V8. I hope we have pictures of that as well. That would be nice. They don't. Let's see. Okay, so they will make the pictures and upload it later, but they already have it for sale. 25 or close to 26k, 2005, 160 horses, 160,000 kilometers driven. But that is the V8. And this one has, I think, around 300 horsepower, 6-speed automatic. It is imported, 2005 it was built. Okay, so this one has 316 horsepower, which is plenty, but from a 4.4 V8, it's not even that much. But that always helps reliability and longevity. So, okay. 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.3 seconds. Overall, it's quite fast for a 2-ton car. Let's see if we can... Here, we do have a V8 Summum here. Also quite expensive, 25k for a car this age. You can tell by the subtle... Just the V8 logo here and probably quad tailpipes or dual tailpipes. We're going to see that. But this one looks really nice and fresh. Of course, they cleaned it. So for the pictures, it looks great. Yeah, dual tailpipe. This is a beast. This is something special, definitely. I mean, again, I say this more often. They don't build cars like this no more. It's just not happening. Look at the front. I mean, say what you want about Volvos from this era, but I like them. I do. Let's look at the interior later. It should have those blue dials. They didn't make any pictures of that. Wow, this one is even going to, 2.1 tons. Probably also because the engine is very heavy. It is imported, but they claim that it drove 120k in so many years. I mean, it's 18 years old and 19 years old now. Next year, this car is 20 years old very soon. Yeah, that's ridiculous, right? I don't believe that. And these V8s, they can handle quite some mileage and abuse, I think. I mean, Japanese are very good at engineering as well, so they built a V8. Volvo didn't have one, so they just... work together with Yamaha and build it in their flagship, because in the mid 2000s this was the best that Volvo had to offer. I mean, it's big, comfortable, spacious, and powerful. So They all combined it in this, and this was their top spec model, so to speak. And this is, they claim this is a summum, so it should have all the gizmos on board that were available in the mid 2000s. So this is definitely a special car. Yeah, if you have 25k laying around that you don't need to put somewhere else, and you don't drive that often, mostly long distances, I mean, this is the car to go for, definitely. I mean, I would prefer this over an X5 from the time, or maybe even an ML. But I would drive them all just to have a comparison. But Volvo engines are quite good. This is then a little bit different, yes. But the interior, they might have some squeaks and rattles, but the Volvo chairs and the overall feeling that a Volvo gives you is great. And it's not as aggressive as, let's say, an X5 with an M body kit or something, you know. It's just a little bit more friendly on the eye, and you know, it also means something when you drive around in traffic that other road users, you know, they might not be intimidated in some way that reacts, you know, they react to you in a way that's not pleasant. It happens, you know. Okay, so this is the 2.9 T6, so this is a turbocharged unit. Also very beautiful. Executive second owner car. So close to 3 liters, 6 in line with a turbo, beautiful engines. Really from a time that, you know, prestige was everything. Emissions was not so much on the radar yet. It was just what you could build in the car, and this is their flagship model, so they have these kind of engines on sale. This is in German, so this might be imported as well. But it has almost no miles on it, which is, I don't trust that at all. You don't buy a car like this and then barely drive it. It's just, that's the thing nowadays. I just don't trust it. But you know, you can have an OBD reader and then read out the ECU and it will give you the real mileage. But yeah, you need to drive this car, have a test drive, and then somewhere hook up the computer and look it up yourself. But you need to know what you're doing. But if this is the real mileage, then I think it's still it's a bargain then, really. T6 all-wheel drive. I mean, these cars are just made to go to the Alps and the Ardennes forest, and here in Europe and in the United States go to the Rocky Mountains, so to speak. It's all-wheel drive. It's a very safe car. I mean, these are the type of cars that you can drive around when it's minus 20 outside and inside it's warm and cozy and you have the music on, ventilated, no, your heated seats. And you can just be in your own cocoon of class and comfort. I'm not going to make this video too long. My throat is hurting and I'm getting a cold. But hey, I just wanted to push a video out today. So that's what I'm doing. Very nice with the wood. I'm also thinking about getting black wood for my S40 currently. You know, as long as the parts are available, I will do it. T6. Beautiful car. I mean, a normal non-car person wouldn't look at it twice. Even a car person would probably not look at it twice. It's a gray Volvo, but it's really the owner experience that's what matters here. So I really appreciate it. These cars are definitely going to be classics, also because the second generation, I think, and that's an assumption, which is dangerous, they only had 4 cylinders for sale. So, you know, if you want a car with a 6-cylinder with a turbo or even a V8, you have to go for the first generation. And only that, together with the styling that is really early to mid 2000s, justifies it for me that this is a classic. Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoy your new week, and we hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.